A prison probe in Haiti and in sport, two players out of the WICB President's 11 squad for the England tour. I'm Ricardo Roberts and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, February 27. I'll be back with the details in just a moment.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
A 9-member commission has been created by Haiti's newly appointed president to probe prisons and overcrowded lockups across the country. President Jovenel Moïse says the commission, which will also make recommendations to improve conditions for the inmates, is expected to submit a report within a month. The presidential announcement came a few days after the Associated Press published a report on an upsurge of inmate deaths, including 21 last month at the country's biggest prison, due in large part to malnutrition-related illnesses and other preventable diseases. Moïse promised that under his presidency, the Haitian nation will not ignore what seems to be a flagrant violation. Last year, 53 people died in detention, and the authorities have acknowledged that the 14 deaths in January. Too little, too late. That's the reaction in Dominica's main opposition, United Workers' Party, to changes to government's policy on making diplomatic appointments. Several foreign nationals who are appointed diplomats have found themselves in trouble with the law, and that has been one of the bones of contention for the UWP, which is calling on Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit to resign. Linton says the new policy doesn't resolve the issues.
There's absolutely no mention of the transparency factor we have been talking about, which would require the government to disclose on a regular basis the holders of the names of the holders of diplomatic passports in Dominica. That would require the government to tell us who our diplomats are, who is representing us overseas. And I found that to be a startling omission.
Governor of the Bahamas Central Bank is seeking to allay fear that the country's currency could face devaluation. John Rowley addressed the issue during a recent conference at the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce to present the State of the Economy report. The Bahamian US dollar is equal to the US dollar, and Rowley says that will not change anytime soon as the bank consistently monitors its reserves.
I think that the central bank has always done is monitor the level of the reserves on a monthly and annual basis relative to the amount of imports that are coming into the country, as well as relative to the size of the central bank's own balance sheet. And as long as the reserves continue within a comfortable level, the central bank allows the average Bahamian certain flexibilities in terms of how easy it is for them to borrow from commercial banks. So we typically focus on how we can manage private sector credit in order to manage the amount of foreign exchange that are flowing through the economy and and how much of those foreign exchange end up in the reserves.
The Guyana Labour Union is appealing to government to roll back its new value-added tax measures. It says the introduction of VAT on education and other areas is hurting the working class. One of the country's private schools is also asking or speaking out. We get more in this report from Royden Chains of HGP TV News.
It is deeply concerned about these measures, saying that its more than 1,000 members are already complaining. This is according to General Secretary of the Union, Carville Duncan.
But I think the strain is too much on the workers. It has invaded their real wages.
Mr. Duncan said while the reduction of VAT from 16% to 14% is commendable, it is unfair for the government to try to balance their budget by taking back that 2% on other items. Mr. Duncan advised to the government is to find other alternatives to raise revenue other than putting the pressure on the working class. Meanwhile, the School of the Nations submitted a petition with 13,500 signatures to the government on Friday, appealing for the abolition of the 14% VAT on the cost of private school education. The School of the Nations pointed out that a great majority of students attending the private educational institutions in Guyana are from humble backgrounds and can only attend these places of learning as a result of the sacrifice on the part of their family members. It added that in a number of cases, these same students may now be forced out of these schools because of the additional 14% tax.
Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
You know, we are all blessed with talents and spiritual gifts. However, there are some differences between the talents and the spiritual gifts. And we'll find that out as we go along. A talent is the result of genetics, while a spiritual gift is the result of the power of the Holy Spirit. Now, I encourage all of you here and my brothers and sisters in the Caribbean to honor your talents and gifts.
I mean, you've been involved with acquisitions. You've talked about a couple of pending acquisitions, a couple of LOIs. Any updates on the acquisition front?
Yeah, as much as I can say, I'll tell you, but that was really one of our focus with our stock increase in price and our volume was to get out there and acquire some companies because, Single Point is really interested in getting their revenues up. So we put out an LOI a couple weeks ago.
The fast bowling legend, or fast bowling pair rather, of Renard Leverage and Kimar Roach have been withdrawn from the WICB President's 11 squad for today's 50 overs clash with touring England at Warner Park. The WICB said in a statement yesterday that 26-year-old Leverage has been ruled out through injury, while Roach, a test bowler, has pulled out due to personal reasons. Both players campaigned in the just concluded Regional Super 50 and played in the finals for their respective franchises. Leverage represented Jamaica Scorpions, taking 9 wickets in as many games, while Roach, who has already played 37 tests, picked up 12 wickets from 7 outings. They have been replaced by DeLon Johnson and Obed McCoy, both left-arm seamers. And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.